Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for PowerBookII, Ghost, Season 3, Episode 4, The Land of Opportunity. Tariq and Brayden are at the job. The orders are coming in fast. Brayden calls Effie, who is also on her job as we speak. She has to go downstairs though and school the folk that's working on how what an ounce is, what an 8 ball is, what this, what that is, because they are skimping the customers. And so the product at Weston and Holden, we got to keep it rolling and keep it rolling right. And so she lets them know how much to put in and all of that. Anyway, the product it's moving. It's moving over there at Weston and Holden. Tariq texts Kane and tells him, to have Noma's money. They got what they got, the money due today. Have your cut. Kane, he's with Drew, Lorenzo, and Monet, and he shows Drew the text message. They have Monet blindfolded. They're walking her up to a mural that is in honor of Zeke, and they surprise her with it. Of course, she, oh my God, thank you guys. I've always wanted this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Monet don't give us no expression on her face. Diana, she late rolling up. She just got off work. She just clocked out. So she's so she late. Head ass Whitman. He comes stepping up off the curb. I don't even know where he came from. And they all like, what are you doing here? Monet, of course, scolds him for just showing up like that. And he starts trying to threaten them and everything with what he knows and just throwing stuff out. Lorenzo and them, they don't really know what's going on, but Lorenzo tell them to beat it. Kane and Drew like, you might wanna skate. Of course, when he gone, they're like, well, what was that about? What is that about? She tells them, about how he been harassing her and about how he's trying to frame her for Carrie's murder and all of that. And Zeke's murder. And she says that she and Davis have been working together to try to, get him out of there. They've been working on it, so they ain't really got to worry about it. They go inside for a family meeting. Diana, she want to go inside too, and Monet is like, this is a private family meeting. Go back to school. Ain't that what you want to do? Diana's standing there like, oh man. Girl, kick rocks. Anyway, when they get inside, they tell her, how business is going. She's like, I don't really want y'all working with them Frank boys. They mama, Detective Moreno, already think that we had something to do with Frank's murder. So, I mean, you trust them? I don't trust it. Of course, Kane is saying, nah, we gonna work with them because we need the help. We need them. And Noma needs her coin. And so, yeah, we all working together here. Of course, she looking at Lorenzo like, ain't you gonna step in? Lorenzo say, listen, we doing what Kane say. I ain't giving no pushback. Monet and Drew are confused because what is happening here? How did Lorenzo, how did you end up here? What's happening here? Sax and his annoying ass girlfriend, the DA lady, they having dinner. She's still using her coochie to try to get Sax to do what she wants, trying to get him to do her dirty work. Sax tells her about Davis and his brother and everything, and he plans and how in his plans on double crossing him and all of that. She want to get Davis in on these RICO charges. She's trying to wrap him in on it too. And he shows her a picture of Davis, Monet, and Tariq working together. Well, together in the office or whatever. They're in the same room. She's trying to charge him for something. She's like, we can charge him for the murder that he blamed his brother with. But that's what we can do. And Sax doesn't think that they'll make that case. It's been way too many years. DA lady, she gets a call, and so she gets up. She get a call from Tight Lip Detective, and so she get up to see what she want. Her other phone in the purse start ringing, and Sax looking like, who that? So he take his phone and screenshot the number, and she come back, and he's like, so your other phone in your bag was ringing. And she's like, it's for my other CIs, for my CIs, girl. I mean, she ain't lying. Well, no, it ain't for the CIs. It's for the lady she got in witness protection. It's for Lauren. Tariq, he done finally got a damn car that he only drove once in the episode. He was walking everywhere else, but he finally got him a car. Riding around in a Porsche. Anyway, Kane, he's stopping Effie on the way because they're on the way. They're on their way into the warehouse to meet the flunky. Kane stopping Effie on the way in, and he's like, I just want to thank you for saving us all and killing Lauren. She's like, nigga, who told you that? I ain't do that. Who told you that? And of course, she tries to play coy about it, but he done clocked her. And he kind of turned on by her murderous ways. He's like, yes, you a real one. You're a real one. I gotta let Tariq know he got a real one on his hands. I like that. I like that you took her out like that. I like that. Of course, she's like, nah, you can't say nothing to Tariq. You let me do that, and I'm gonna do it on my time. When the time is right, I will tell him, but don't you say nothing. And that's that. Again, Effie, you on the wrong team. Cause ain't no way Kane could be standing there looking at me the way he was looking at Effie, and she just say, she just be acting disgusted, and I'm like, how can you be disgusted? How can you be disgusted? I just don't understand. This is Kane we talking about with his foreign ass. And she just be, just really grossed out. Girl, please. And you gushy-eyed and getting wet looking at Tariq. You lying. You lying. Anyway, maybe you see a bit of stability with Tariq. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Because Kane probably will drop her ass the minute he conquers. So you're doing the smart thing. You're doing the smart thing. Anyway, they get inside, flunky waiting. They met their quota. They're ready for the next re-up. And he says, included in the next re-up are these guns. We're going to need you to move the guns. Of course, they like, wait. This is going to be harder than that. And he's like, oh, but that's what Mecca did. And y'all said y'all was going to take over Mecca's job. So we got a problem. Do I need to pick up one of these guns and shoot somebody up in here? You moving the guns. You moving the guns and don't come short on the money. Listen, we will same thing next time. Have Noma's money. Have what she needs. And he get on up out of there to leave them to it. So now they'll be moving drugs and guns. Kane says that he and Drew gonna handle the guns out there in the streets while they moving the drugs over on Pussy Street. I mean Wall Street. Looking at Braden. Anyway, when Effie gets a moment, she confronts Braden about, what Kane knows. Kane know the secret. And Braden like, I ain't tell him nothing. I don't know how you know, but I ain't tell him. So there's that. Professor Harper Monica Brooks Bennett is starting class, and today we're talking about America, the land of opportunity. She has, asked for a few volunteers. Of course, it's the usual suspects, everybody that participates every week. They get up and volunteer. She lines them up. They ask a few questions. Step forward if you come from a 2-parent household. Everybody steps forward. Step back if your parents are divorced. Few people step back. Step forward if you black. Basically to weed out everybody, to show them, okay, this is your starting point in life. From, after all of those things, after all of those disadvantages, all of those variables, this is where you start. And now they looking around like, bitch, now I got to work twice as hard. That's light-skinned Keisha. And, the white people are like, I mean, is it my fault that I come from a good family? And they like, did you just say that? Money and all that don't make your family good? I'm sure they did some low down shit to get all of what they amassed. And so no, it don't make your family good. It created a little, folks was getting upset. It ruffled some feathers. Good exercise. Still not some shit we did in class. I mean, I feel like that's just, listen, they are on another level. So maybe maybe I need to check the curriculum at my HBCU, Let me start there. Because in the Ivy League schools, this is probably the culture. This is what we doing in class. And so let me shut my ass up. Maybe we need to step it up. You know, we dive deep when it comes to African American studies. Absolutely. Class be lit then. Classes, you know, they piped up at that time. Anyway, Effie and Tariq, you know, they're talking about class or whatever because she has them all write out a goal on their on an index card. And he wrote family. And she's like, so that's your goal, whatever, you know? And he say that's his main focus, graduating so he can get the trust money, so he can get his family back. You know, that's the goal. So he want to be with his family again. Effie, she got plans of her own. Grad school, $50,000 a semester over there at Stanford. And so she say she's selling dope so she can stack the money up and get out. That's her end game, getting to California. I'm tired of her woe is me story. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. You can go get a regular job, babe. I know it's fast money that you can stack up quickly, but girl, ain't nobody making you sell drugs. Girl, please. Enough. She act like there weren't other avenues to take. Like there are. Other people have stacked their money for grad school and they didn't have to go sell crack. Like, miss me, ma'am. Miss me. God damn it. She ends up telling him that she has to tell him something because she's feeling guilty. She about to come clean about Lauren, and then he gets a text message from Braden telling him that he needs to get to the office right away. You know, Uncle needs you in the office, and so he gotta leave. But before he leaves, you know, he checks back in. What did you want to tell me? And of course she says nothing. Lorenzo drops by Diana's room. She done moved that extra weight for him, and he done came back, and he come back and got 2 more bricks. Listen, you in on this too. You in on this too. All hands on deck. Of course, she upset, but he like, listen, let's not forget how we paid for this in the first place. So take this and go on and sell it. Thank you very much. Monet, she drops by Davis's office, and she upset. You know, head ass is still on her ass. And she ready to do something about it. Davis tells her, you know, that they have head ass right where they want him. So don't do nothing to him. You know, try to keep it cool. He's only digging a deeper hole for himself in the first place. He suggests that they get her an alibi. Like they gonna have to give him an alibi for her or whatever. Monet is like, they not gonna believe me. He's like, well, they'll believe Diana. She's like, Diana? I done iced her out. She might not help me. You know, I don't know, but I mean, that sounds good. She's like, cool. While he talking to her, then we can break in. And he's like, now wait a minute, I ain't say break. I ain't say do all that. She's like, no, I need I need every piece of documentation that he has on me. I need to know what he knows, you know, about my family, all of that. Got to get in that house. And he said, okay, I think I might know a nigga that know a nigga. I might be able to help you with that. Over at Weston and Holdings, Uncle Lucas, of course, he needed the black face in the room because the richest black man in the world is there, you know. he done called the man the black Elon Musk. That man look at him like, excuse me. Didn't he build his empire from his daddy's apartheid profits? Uncle says, oh, but that's just it. You're an example of what people like you can achieve, you know, on your own. They like, what? Excuse me? You know, that rubs him the wrong way. He directs a question at Tariq and says, so is your dad, Mr. St. James, Mr. James St. Patrick, is he also an example of how our kind of people can pull themselves up by their bootstraps? Tariq looking like, well, how my daddy get in it? Like, how we get in it? Unc tries to backpedal now. You know, that's not what he meant or whatever. But Rich Man is like, listen, I'm just gonna have to say that this is not the right time for me to invest. I'm really focusing on my real estate portfolio. And so, yeah, you know, I'm out. On his way out, he tells Tariq, you know, do something good with that estate. You got to do something good with it. When he leaves, Aunt got the nerve to be mad at Tariq. You know, he like, I explain that. Like, basically black explain this to me. What happened? What did I say to trigger the black man? You a black man, you should know. You should know what I said that was wrong. Because you speak African American, so what is it? What did I do wrong? Tariq is like, well, treating him like he's the talented 10 wasn't the move. That's not the move. It's not coming from you, especially. And Tariq explains institutional racism to him or whatever, and he's still looking confused. Then got the nerve that it's Tariq's fault. Now it's his fault. Now you mad at him because you couldn't check your microaggressions. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Then he blackmails him, tells him, if you're gonna lose an internship if you don't get this man to sign with us, you can buy. Brayden and Tariq, they talking about all of that or whatever, and Brayden suggests, listen, I suggest you find some dirt on him, you know, find a way to get him on board. They each get a text about the orders. The orders are like funneling in, the servers, they're kind of overwhelmed with the orders. And Brayden say he gonna go handle the servers, while Tariq, you go handle Mr. Rich Man. You handle that situation. Monet, she drops by Diana's room. Of course, Diana like, what you doing here? Monet like, you're not gonna invite me in? I'm your mother. Okay, come on in. Monet needs her help. Oh, of course you need my help. And you know, Diana got to give that whole spiel. You know, she has to express her feelings. Monet tell her what she need to hear. I'm sorry about how I treated you. I never should have done that to you. I never should have said any of those things. Is that what you need to hear? Yes. Okay, now so okay, listen, I need your help with this. I need you to go around there because head ass is he's on to us. I need you to go around there. So are you gonna help me or not? Anyway, Drew, we don't see what she says or we don't get her answer until later, that is. Drew, he's meeting, he up in there with Frank's boy, and I clocked it last week. I was thinking, when he came in the room, oh, y'all done grew up. You done grew up talking to Drew. You was checking him out. Yeah, you too. We ain't stupid. Anyway, they in there in the penthouse. They have been intimate in the past, and it was obvious. Drew complains about how the family doesn't respect him, blah, blah, blah. They don't respect his position, all that. They thought his last relationship kind of distracted him, which it did. Because you always think about some dick. Like, get on these drugs. Move these drugs. And you just worry about the wrong thing, Drew. You really do. Frank's boy's son, he say, listen, my brother thought the same about me, but I had to show him. I had to show him what I was working with. And so Drew was like, you know what? If I sell these guns, if I sell all of them at once, that might work. So then the boy is like, and I'm like, what are you telling him? What you telling him for? Telling him about the guns. You weren't supposed to be talking to him about that. But the boy say, I know some rednecks that, you know, buy guns in bulk like this. I may be able to set it up. But they rednecks though, just to let you know. So be careful. I don't trust that neither. He might be a damn CI. His damn self. I don't trust him. Anyway, Lorenzo and Kane, they get home to find you know, what's the boy name? Drew. They get home to find Drew and the boy in the house, and Kane coming there like, what y'all doing in here? What's going on in here? He always blowing up the spot. He love the cop block Drew. He really does. Anyway, Lorenzo say that he ain't moving no guns, you know, because of course Kane tells Lorenzo, you know, listen, you gonna move these guns as fast as you was moving this work? And he like, I ain't moving no guns. That's harder to do. Now the drugs, I got you, but I don't know about no guns. And Drew walk up and like, oh, I got that covered. Frank's boy, he gonna help us out. He gonna help me with that. He tells him about the white boys, you know, upstate that want the guns. And he tells him, is it one thing though, they racist, so we gonna need a white face. Kane say, oh, we got one of those. We got one of those. That's no problem. Tariq goes to Tate, for some advice on how to get some dirt on Mr. Rich Man. Tate is like, listen, he's spotless. I done tried it. I done barked up that tree. It ain't nothing to find. I do know that he likes to test people. He may put you in an uncomfortable position, but it's just to observe you. And then if he likes what he sees, he'll work with you. Tariq like, nah, that nigga playing games. and Tate tells him, no, it's not games. He's just a shrewd businessman. The fact that he's giving you the time of day means something. It means he wants something from you. And so you need to figure that out. Tate tells him, I'm going to send you a link. Go ahead and donate to the Tate campaign. And thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's for this little tidbit of information that I just gave you. And of course, Tariq is like, I ain't got no money to give you. He's like, listen, you better go on ahead and donate to the funds. I'm going around here to talk to Detective Tight-Lip Detective. And he's like, what you still doing talking to the feds? And he's like, he tells him, that the Tight-Lip Detective, she's, been on his ass after he lied under oath. And Tariq is like, all right, damn, I'll donate. He's like, absolutely, 5,000 every week. I said, every week? Every week, Tate, you doing too much. He said, send it to my Bitcoin. And then he gonna offer him some more insight now. He's like, listen, they looking into Mecha Dante's death. And you know anything about that? Tariq's like, Mecha Dante, I don't know him. Tate, no, he lying. It's like, Bitcoin. Every week. Thank you. The Councilman Tate, the Councilman Tate campaign thanks you. Thank you very much. Anyway, Sachs and DA lady, they meet again. She said she had to bend over backwards for the Rollins case file, but she got it. She headed back into work, and she get another call from Tight-Lip Detective, and the trap phone is also blowing up, and Sachs is like, you seeing someone? And she like, excuse me, I ain't seeing nobody exclusively. So even if I am seeing somebody else, it ain't none of your business. And he gonna say, I could just follow you. Excuse me, crazy. You could just sit your ass here at this bar and leave me alone. But she tells him, I'm not fucking nobody but you. And what you got going on right now don't make me want to not want to fuck you at all ever again. And he presses some more. And she's just like, all right, follow me. Come on. She's just going to take him around there to where she going. And she goes outside. And she's meeting up with Tight-Lip Detective. She's like, what the fuck you doing with him? This piece of shit had me about sent up the river. Got me demoted. What we doing involving him in this? And she's like, he's the CI? Yes, he's the CI. She feels she gets everybody up to speed about what's going on or whatever, but she like, listen, you ain't finna mess up my case, but I'm gonna play nice. For now. DA lady, she's still getting texts from Lauren on the burner phone. Lauren like, hello, because she just ignoring her calls. I'm like, Lauren, girl, break free. I'd have been broke out of there. Detail outside and all, girl, you can get out. You can get out at some point. And that's what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to get out and show up to campus. Like, oh, hey. Hey, everybody. Hey. I'm live. Blow up the spot, Lauren. Don't let these people keep you locked up in that house. And she don't want to answer your call. Break free. Anyway. Back over there at Lauren's house, DA lady, she over there telling her, listen, you need to stop calling me for non-emergencies. Lauren say, listen, there ain't no food, ain't no phone, ain't no internet, ain't no Wi-Fi, ain't none of my family around here. I want out. I don't want to do this no more. She starts showing her pictures of Tariq and everybody just living life. Like, look at him living life like nothing even happened. And she like, look at them. They really are moving on. I hate them. And then she gonna just start spilling tea. I said, ain't this about it? Girl, just last week you was still, keeping it cute. For Tariq, at least. Seeing Tariq and Effie together, though, that sent her over the edge. I don't know about Celine. Do we trust Celine? Who taking pictures of them? Like on campus? Because that was an on-campus photo. Anyway, I just thought about that just now. Anyway, she tells her that Tariq and Lauren, not Tariq and Lauren, that Tariq and Monet, you know, were working together. She tells her about the rooftop situation, and that it was supposed to be a secret between she and Tariq, but she had went up there one time and saw Diana coming from down there. And so now Diana is roped in this. Lorenzo, he tired of taking orders from Kane. You know, Kane is like, listen, we'll tell Monet the truth, and you won't have to be taking orders from nobody. It'll stop today. Lorenzo starts talking about his role and his plans, and he ain't letting Kane destroy the family, all that. Then Kane flips it back on Lorenzo. Listen, you should be on your knees thanking me. And I ain't went around there and told Monet nothing. I ain't no kid anymore. Let's just get that straight, okay? The sooner you realize that, the better. Anyway, Diana, she laid up with Salim, kissing and rubbing up and hugging up. They supposed to be studying. I don't know what he trying to convince her basically to cut her family off. Like, long story short, that's their back and forth. You should distance yourself from your family. Like, I know you don't want to, but I mean, you should distance yourself from your family. She wrote independence on her index card, and so he's still suggesting that to her. And it's like, who are you to come into the fold not knowing anything about her to tell her that she need to cut her family off? You don't know her or anything about her situation. Like, she innocent. She's selling drugs right up under here. Anyway, Diana, she meets with head ass Whitney. She say, I need to know the truth. I need to know who killed Zeke. You know, he tells her that, you know, I think your mother killed Zeke. And I think your mother killed Carrie and then killed Zeke to cover it up, to silence him. And head ass, you know, then he tells her about Zeke coming to see him before. And he asks if, you know, is there anything that could connect Monet to these murders? And Diana say, I got nothing. I can't help you prove it, but I don't want her to get away with it. He's like, why are you here? And she's like, she sent me to lie to you. And y'all know I was mad. I was like, bitch. Really, Diana? Really? But in the back of my mind, I was like, it could be a setup. It could be a setup. Anyway, she tells him about the separate books for the bar in her room. He's like, well, that's money laundering. We can get her on that. And he's like, I want you to go in there and get it. She's like, oh, I ain't even welcome around there to the house. But I will leave you a key under the mat. And you can go in there. Because he said he'll go in there then, you know. Cool. I'll leave you a key under the mat. Be careful of the security cameras because they're only outside. And, you know, there's that. Because he just going to override getting a warrant, getting permission, all that. He's just going to go on in there. Of course, he asks her, you know, like, why are you trying to help me? You know, because he tells her that he's going to need her to authenticate everything. And she's willing to just cooperate completely. And it's because she says that I thought that I needed to get away from my family, but Monet is the cancer that we need to rid ourselves of. And not me. She need to be cut off, not me. Braden meets with Lorenzo and Kane. Drew and Frank's boys show up. Kane tells him, you know, there's been a change of plans, so we got Braden for the drop. Drew feeling away again. How you gonna just cut me out of my own deal, my own plan? Please. Kane says that you still gonna get paid, you know, but we got to get Noma her money, you know. Drew just trying to prove himself. Anyway, over at the precinct, tight-lipped detective as well as DA lady, they walking, you know, they both got tips. She got a tip about the gun deal that's about to happen tonight. She has a CI as well in her redneck crew. And the Tahadi and the Castillo family might be working together. Tight-lipped detective, she says she gonna follow up on her lead. DA lady, she says she gonna follow up on hers. Whatever. Because she says she tells her about the rooftop situation. So she's gonna have an agent put cameras outside. Anyway. Uncle and Tariq, they meet with the rich with Mr. Rich Man again. And Mr. Rich Man he's had his sights on the Queen's Child Project building. It's a bus. You can have it. The Queen's Child Project wasn't never gonna happen, okay? Anyway, Tariq, now they done found some kind of loophole, and it can be taken off of the will, and up for grabs to the highest bidder if Tariq okays it and all of that. And so if he signs, Tariq will go on and give him the building. And so that's what he wanted from Tariq. So there's that. He put Tariq in that uncomfortable position, because he knew that it would fall back on Tariq. That's just how the white man works. Blame the other black man in the room for the black man not signing the deal. Mr. Rich Man know exactly where he driving at, and so it worked. And now Tariq found a better way. Everybody wins. Now it's more money in the pot for Tariq when he gets his trust fund money. So there's that. Hey, kudos to you. Braden, he's out there doing the gun transaction. The rednecks, they walking up like, who are you? Braden, he's smart. He got a smart mouth too. But he like, listen, let's just do business so we can go. You here to interview me, or I'm here to sell you guns? Like, what we doing? Braden said, I ain't lifting, doing no heavy lifting. Y'all go ahead and get in the back and get it. Braden go around to the front of the car. He texting on the phone or whatever. The man, of course, he turned his back to him. The other guy walks up. They don't trust him. I need you to look into him. See who he is. He takes a picture of him and everything. Don't know who he sent it to, but he's probably the CI. He's probably the CI in the redneck crew. Kane and Lorenzo, they waiting on Braden. Braden, he gets back with the money. Braden want to count the money. Kane like, all right, bye. Thanks for what you did, but that'll be all. Braden, when he leaves, the rednecks, they done followed him. So they out there, they done took a picture of Braden's car pulling off. And they're like, okay, so he was by himself. They look and see Lorenzo standing in the window, take a picture of him and everything. I said, what's all these pictures? He got to be the CI. Anyway, they decide they just gonna go on in. They're like, oh, well, we just finna go on in here and just kill all the Negroes in here. So they go in, guns are blazing. Of course, Kane and Lorenzo shoot back. Now it's a shootout. They running outside in the parking lot. Drew and Frank's boy come speeding up with their guns drawn outside. Bow, 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 bow. Pew, pew, pew. And everybody's shooting. One of them gets away. He runs off or whatever. They hit him though. They hit a few and they killed a few. But none of the Tejadas, and everybody good. Everybody on our side. We good. Kane, he doubles back. I don't know what he looked under. He opens a hood, trash can, something. I don't know. But he looks inside and he just has a smile on his face. We don't see what it is. Anyway, Drew and Frank's boy, they in the car nursing his wound because Frank's boy got grazed. They nurse, for whatever reason, when you're nursing a wound on TV, here come the kissing. Like, what? Why does that move people to kissing? I don't understand. But anyway, they start gazing in each other's eyes and now they kissing. I'm like, what is happening here? Anyway, Lorenzo and Kane, they riding back to the house or whatever. They got the money for Noma. Kane reflecting on the night, Lorenzo, you pushed me out of the way. You pushed me out of the line of fire. Like, I appreciate that. Even after how I've been treating you and everything. Lorenzo like, listen, you are my son. Like, that's going to be forever. We're family. It's always family first. Family first. And so Kane's like, you know what? Don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about that Mecca situation. Your secret is safe with me. Don't even worry about it. Like, so he's no longer under his blackmail. He's no longer under the blackmail. Head ass, he got on his burglary fit, got on his all black. He's headed up to the Tejada house. He gonna break in. He sneaks in the back door. And then he walked right up on Diana like, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Diana, get on the phone. 911. Oh my God, somebody is breaking into my apartment. Oh my God, somebody breaking into my house. And then Monet steps out. Caught that ass, didn't I? It didn't have to be you, but you wouldn't let it be. You wouldn't let it alone. You wouldn't let it alone. And so she put about 3 in him, you know, shoots him dead right there on the spot. Of course, Diana like, now wait a minute, I didn't know I was finna be an accessory to murder. I thought we was just gonna set him up, you know, for a robbery. I thought we was gonna get him arrested. Monet had other plans. She's like, listen, if you thought I was gonna tell you the full plan, you crazy. I had to tell you that. Nah, so but fall in line. We got to keep this rolling. You know, hit me in the face so that this looks like looks like it was self defense. And she still got questions. Like, listen, girl, just hit me. Say less. Diana punch her in the face, and I'm like, Diana might have bruising on her hands, and it's gonna give it away. Y'all dumb. This is really dumb. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they didn't think that far. Maybe we're not supposed to think about Diana's hand having bruising after punching someone in the face. Because it absolutely would. Let's be honest. It absolutely would. And his doesn't. And so, if he hit you in the face, why aren't his hands bruised? Why aren't Diana's hands bruised? Like, come on. Too much first 48 for me. For y'all to think y'all gonna ease right on by that. But anyway. Self-defense is what, that's the only play, that's what we doing. Of course, the police get there and everything. Diana over there really laying it on thick for the police. David shows up like, what the fuck going on? I ain't tell you to do all that. And she says, listen, I had to do what I had to do. Self-defense is the only play. That's all I could do. He like, you a bad bitch. You right. Anyway, he tells her that he has the files from Head Ass's apartment, you know. He can't give it to her right now. But they gonna take Diana and Monet back for questioning. You know, listen, they're gonna separate y'all. I'm gonna try to make sure Sax is questioning one of y'all. Listen, don't say nothing until I get there. Make sure your stories line up, all that, you know. Davis is in on it. Tariq, he shares his day with Effie, how things have been. He's been thinking about his future as well. He don't want to be no drug dealer forever. So once he gets his trust fund money, he kind of want to come out there to California where she is. And she's like, really? For real? And of course he's like, yeah, you know. He says, well, you wanted to tell me something. What did you want to tell me? And she gonna just take off her jacket. I forgot. Now they hunching. Okay. Afterwards, while Tariq is asleep, she picks up the phone and texts Kane and tells him, listen, keep the secret. Keep the secret. I ain't tell Tariq. I don't want to ruin anything, and I don't want you to ruin this for me. That's a good man. He been good to me. Like, she ain't never had nobody believe in her or have her back the way that he does. Blah, blah, blah. And he says, okay, I got you. And she's like, for real? And he says, I got you. So he ain't gonna blow up the spot. The DEA, they're on the scene of that crime or whatever. And tight little detective, she worried about her CI because he's in critical condition. Again, it had to be the one that got away, of course. Monet, she looking over that case file that she got. And she's looking at some fingerprints. And she's at the penthouse. She gonna stay there until her house is no longer a crime scene. She's just looking over the report or whatever, and she calls Davis and she tells him that the partial prints are a match. You know, the same ones here in the file are a match to the prints found at Zeke's crime scene. Why are Lorenzo's prints? Like, what was he doing there at the crime scene? Girl, you already know. Then Lorenzo walk up, you know, acting like everything's all cool. Like, you know, like, I love you. I got you. All that. And she looking at him like, did you kill my son? She don't trust him. She got her good eye on him. She got her cat eye on him. And as you should. As you should. Anyway, until next time. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.